Hello everyone, today we're going to look at this pen today. This is a Parker Duofold, believe it or not. Now this pen is quite an extraordinary pen because this is what we call the toothbrush pen, the Parker toothbrush variant. Now this pen was only made for a few years in the late 1930s. So by 1933, Parker's new flagship was the Parker Vacuumatic, which was released in 1933 and continued all the way through World War II up until I think about around the mid to end of the 1940s when the Parker 51 was released and then became the new flagship. So Parker's flagship before the Vacuumatic was the Duofold, which was a very popular pen. I do have a couple of Duofolds I'll be reviewing in the future. But they wanted to make another inexpensive pen, and they wanted to also recycle the Duofold brand. So they released a couple of versions of this model, this variant. And we call it toothbrush because, well, they look like toothbrushes. So on here, that design. And it came in 3 different colors. It came in this brown color. It came in a green color. And then I believe it came in also a blue version as well, then also a boring just solid black color. So these were they were called the Parker geometric fountain pens, geometric duofolds, I believe. And well, they're quite rare because they're only made again for I think 3 years. So if you ever find one of these, definitely snatch one up. They're fantastic writers, and they're again made out of celluloid. So let's go over the pen. So on the back of this pen, let me zoom in a little bit. There you go. I can see it a little bit better. You have a blind cap. This is a button filling pen. So you've got that right there. Again, this pushes a pressure bar within the barrel of the pen, and then pushes an ink sac and then fills the pen. Let's see. So there's the body. Let me zoom in even further so you can really get a sense of what it looks like. On the body it says Parker Duofold, believe it or not, right there. Made in USA, and then that is it. There is no nib stamping. There's no date code on there as far as I saw. Actually, let me take a look. Nope, nothing. Nothing that I can see, so that's all there is on the pen. Normally, there would be a date code stamped in here, usually a number like 2, 4, 5, whatever, that would represent the year, and then some dots surrounding it representing which quarter of manufacturing it was released in. So on this, we don't have anything but just an absolutely gorgeous body, and you can see how all these toothbrush designs. I don't know what they're actually supposed to be. To me, they kind of look like razors. There was a couple of fountain pens barrels, or at least bodies, that were designed, and they weren't fountain pens when you uncapped it. They were actually razors, and they kind of looked like this, sort of. They kind of had that spiky look to it, so I don't know. So on the cap, you just see a Parker clip right here. This is, I think, gold-plated. This isn't solid gold. You have this really nice cap band. It doesn't have any brassing on there, which is actually really phenomenal. Lots of pens this old usually have a little bit of brassing, but this one's pretty clean. Have some breather holes. That's to prevent any vacuum and big giant inky mess when you try to uncap it. And then on the top of the cap, you just have a small little jewel, which I think you can unscrew, and then also unscrew and replace the clip if you need to. Let's look at the nib. So the nib I actually replaced on this pen. This isn't the original nib. And if it'll focus, let's see if it will. If it'll focus. Okay, let me zoom in so you can get a better look. There we go. So this nib is a Parker, just a regular Parker, I think it's a Parket. No, it's a Parker, I have to look at it off camera. It's a Parker pen. Let me just read to you. It says Parker pen made in USA, and then the number 45. This nib came off of my Parker Challenger from around the same era. Now, the reason I swapped out this nib was not because it was broken, but because it wrote just absolutely awful. Most of the iridium on the nib was just ground off. I mean, this person who had the pen really wrote with it a lot, and it was just unusable. It was just not fun. I think it was a Parquet nib on there, which I don't know. I don't know too much about the pen, this variant, but I was kind of suspect because I know the Parquet came out after, I believe, after this pen was released. So I'm not sure if that was the original nib on the pen. But anyhow, you have the threads right here, which are not sharp. You have a nice grip section, and then you have this ink window right here. I don't know how well you can see it, but this ink window, if you tilt the pen, let's see if I can tilt it away. You see how it's a little bit transparent right here? Oh, well, that's so you can see the ink level, and if this is empty, which is starting to clear up a little bit, but you should be able to see through there and then tell if it needs to be inked up or not. So that's all fun. How does it post? Actually, very nicely. It posts nicely. It's not too big. It feels like a normal size pen. That's all I can tell you. It's very nice to write with. It's very nice to hold. I wish there was a better nib. This nib, again, isn't the best nib. So if I can find, I don't know, I'll be going to a pen show here in October. Hopefully I can find a better nib for this pen, because I really want to write with this more, but the fact that it's not a pleasant writer, and I've tried messing with the nib, kind of spoils the pen a little bit. But again, that's not to judge the body of the pen. The body of the pen is absolutely gorgeous and just one of a kind, and it's wonderful. All right, let's do some measurements. I got my handy dandy tape measure, and I'll be measuring in inches. This is the only measuring thing I have in my apartment, so I'm sorry, we have to do the imperial units here. All right, so, and again, these are all rough. These aren't going to be exact. So, top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel is about 5 inches. Actually, exactly 5 inches right there. Let's do this. So, top of the grip section to the back of the pen when posted is a little bit more than 5 inches. To the top of the nib, it's about 6 inches right there. Let's do the cap length. The cap is going to be about 2 1/4 inches. The pen itself, from the barrel, the edge of the grip section to the end of the barrel, is 4 inches, it looks like. To the tip of the nib is about, we're talking roughly about 4.5, about 5, 4 4 3/4. Depends on the nib you put in there. So. All right, let's see. Diameter of the barrel at the thickest point is about a little less than 1/2 inch. Grip section is its thinnest point about 1/4 inch. And I think that's it. Let's just do the cap. Cap is about 1/2 inch right there. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. I wish I could get a better, more accurate measuring tool or something. I don't have that yet, but again, lovely pen, and I just love it. It's a great pen to have in the collection, and it works pretty well. So that's all that's gonna be the end of the video for now. I'll be doing more reviews of my collection in the future, so stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching.